Dang it, I think it switched to me when it went live. I hate it when it does that. Gosh. Okay, so Jessica, number one, we believe is C.
I wasn't sure, so
Shoot.
it works.
Not good.
How about
Not
number
good.
2? Let's see if we can match up on number 2. What would you say number 2 is?
I did A.
Oh no.
One more. Let's try one more. What would you say number 3 is? Is it B?
B, yeah.
Yes. Yes. Okay. We're good on 1 for 3. That's a 33%. That's an F. That's an F. All right. Well, let's go back to 1 and let's just look at it again. Me and Taylor kind of talked about it. We felt like it could be C. Do you have any feelings towards any of them?
No, I don't actually.
Shoot. Well, I'm going to go do some searching, you know? Logically expect to result from a rising stock prices.
Yeah, we've just been like looking for answers and like tearing through the book for the past half an hour or whatever. So
there's nothing in the book about that, so.
Okay, you and Taylor like showing that book up today. Like, it's got wrong quotes. Nothing's in the book for this, and I'm over here like, hey, I'm sure it's there. I don't think I ever read a complete sentence in textbooks. I'm like, scan. Like I never read them. I hate it. I wish I could. All right, well, I'm gonna keep on looking.
All right, Jessica, you take us through the ones that you know for sure.
I'm not sure, guys. I'm sorry. Well, it's not
are
B.
these ones that you're like fairly sure of?
Well, I know it's not B.
Oh, I meant for other questions, but
Wait for the other question.
Yeah, but you know it's not B on number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, now we're down to 50-50. Now, Jim decreases his consumption and spending. Is this whole chapter focusing on what we as consumers do? Or is this, I mean, what's the whole idea behind this theory of liquidity and stuff?
I think it's both. Because it talks about the interest in investing and consumption and stuff, so.
Logically expect to result from risk in stock prices rising. What's consumption spending? Is that everyday stuff?
that's what I thought.
So if you like what you said, if stock rises, firms want to invest more. Well, is Jim going to want to quit spending on crap and invest into stock also?
But interesting though, when stock prices rise, that's typically not when you want to buy stock.
No, absolutely.
So I'm liking C or D.
Well, Jessica says no B, so freaking C it is then.
All right.
Gosh, that's brutal, man. I just wish I could. I'm going to see if I can get any help. Ask about stock stuff on the internet here.
I haven't opened the group quiz yet, but I was thinking like if I open it and he's just like, "Merry Christmas," there's no Christmas.
Yeah, right, dude. He's the only one that gave us homework during Thanksgiving.
That's right.
Oh, here we go, dude. Here we go. Jim increases his consumption spending. I have no idea why.
Increases or decreases?
He increases his consumption spending. What's our question? Ooh, so it wouldn't be A then.
Oh, where'd you read that?
I'm just reading that. I searched to get some help on page www.
Oh, I like that page.
Well, I'm just searching. So this is what it says. Which of the following actions might we logically expect resulting from rising stock prices? The answer is Jim would increase consumption spending. So if we're looking at him, then I feel like C would be the same way. That's almost a similar answer to A.
Right.
They're going to increase their investment or spending.
You're liking D?
Let me read through and make sure. Yeah, it's investment spending, I believe.
So C, firms spend more on investment.
Yep, I believe that's what. Yep.
Cool. And 2, we have no clue about.
Because firms sell fewer stocks. Jessica's right. That's not correct. And A, if he increases, would be correct. So C is correct.
Okay.
Wait, the second. Oh, okay.
Oh no, you're good. Number 1, C. So they're gonna invest more. 2, Jessica, we believe is D. That's on what page were we on, dude?
Maybe we can put that tentatively, and we can just keep searching for that.
Which one? 2?
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's D. We both read over it. I feel good about it.
Okay. Sounds good.
3 is B. That's correct. 4 is what? I feel like it's D.
Yeah, it's D.
Is it D? Okay. 5, I also believe was. I said D, but now I'm trying to think why.
Open market purchases means they're buying stock, which puts money into the market.
So it increases. I put
So
A.
it increases, and I think it shifts right.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. That was close. 6, I believe is. This deals with the interest rate. So I believe it's A.
Yeah.
Is that what you think?
Yep.
But D kind of threw me off. So like, well, it's a difference in the inflation rate and the interest rate, but that's not true. It's just interest rate, isn't it? On bonds, like that's the difference. Is the opportunity cost of.
What did you found?
Which one are we doing on the steps?
I think we were looking at A. But where's the liquidity preference theory in the book?
I don't have the book, but I have some notes here, and
You're fine. That's right.
it says. Interest rate is the opportunity cost of holding money.
Say that again?
It says the interest rate is the opportunity cost of holding money.
Yes.
It's in the same page as the equilibrium in the money market.
Okay. Here it is. Liquidity preference.
Dude, you love my teal case.
I do.
Carries all my credit cards over here, real cute. All right, what were we on, dudes?
We are looking. I was just looking over in the book the theory of liquidity preference.
That's a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it is.
So 6, we're staying with A.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Is that what you? Is that what you decided? It's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So 7. Increase in the price level shifts the demand curve. I thought it was rightward. I was looking at these shifts in the curve. Increase in the price level from P1 to P2 shifts the money demand curve to the right.
Correct. And the interest rate increases.
And the interest rate, yeah, also increases. According to chart on 463. So A.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So 8, according to liquidity preference theory, the money supply curve is downward sloping. It's B.
I was not sure about this. So.
Well, oh, wait. What does that say? The money supply curve is vertical. It's right in front of us on page 463. What the heck?
Yeah.
I was thinking of the money demand. I don't know what I was thinking of. Maybe I was thinking of the aggregated demand. Yeah, it's vertical. Whoops.
Okay.
Which of the following events could explain the shifts in the money demand curve from MD1 to MD2?
I did A on this one.
I did A also, a decrease in the price level. On 9, Taylor, what do you do?
Oh, sorry, I was still looking over 7.
Oh.
But
Well, dude, look at 7, man. Are you on page 463 on 7?
yeah, I was just on 460 looking at that graph, trying to understand it.
The next page it's another graph, and it kind of explains it more in the yellow box of why. Or it pretty much lays out why it shifts.
Okay.
That helps.
No, you're good. But it's just interesting because it says, I don't know, all of them are sloping down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, it says an increase in the price level, quantity of output, interest rate. Well, all of them, it shows interest rate like slowly going down, but you're saying if you increase the money, it's going to increase?
Yeah, let me find... Because if you look at the equilibrium increase on the left there, it says where the interest rate is on the money supply. That's where it hits. So when the money increased, the money supply, the interest rate raises with it, and that's a new equilibrium. Now, I don't guess I know exactly why. No doubt, just because it shows it. But,
okay, so the quantity,
the graphs are just
that's
next
saying the
to
quantity
each
of
other.
money stays the same. We're increasing the quantity of money.
The price level, that's what we're talking about. The price level and the quantity of money is two different things, right?
Oh, I was thinking about the money supply thing. This is just price level. Okay.
And what exactly is the price level, I guess? I don't... What does that refer to? What are we dealing with here? This is the price level of bonds, interest, consumption. Like, what is it? Inflation?
Yeah. Well, if you look at number 1 in the blue box on 462, it says the price level is stuck at some level based on a previously formed expectations, and in the short run is relatively unresponsive to changing economic conditions.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Here's another thing to add to that. This is important. It says price level is the average of current prices across the entire spectrum of goods and services produced in the economy.
Okay.
So that's what I needed to see.
Perfect.
So it's an economy in a whole of all the prices. When they go up and down as a whole, that affects the overall interest rate of the money supply.
Okay. So if you increase it, though, doesn't the demand curve, the price level shifts the demand curve leftward?
If you increase...
Yeah, doesn't it go left?
The increase in... Let's see here. Just a second, Chelsea.
Because if you look on that graph on 463 from P1 to P2, it doesn't really shift the line, but it goes left on it.
So the question is talking about just the price. I mean, it's talking about the shift to the left, but the answer is related to the price. So since the curve shifts to the left, then there's a decrease in the price level. I mean, I'm trying to remember the graph on the book. So since there is a shift to the left, then the also the rate decreases, okay, with the price level.
What's interesting on this graph, it doesn't show any shift. It just says price level on the y-axis and then output on the left on the x-axis, and just a straight line with a downward slope. And you're farther to the right when there's a lower price level, then you slide up it to the left. So it says number one, an increase in the price level, which in turn reduces the quantity of goods and services demanded.
Wait, let me open the book. The e-book.
The ebook.
Yes.
Man, doesn't my wife know these are intense moments right now? Freak.
Oh, look, it walks you through step 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and we're dealing, so it says an increase in the price level increases the demand for money, which increases the equilibrium interest rate, which in turn reduces the quantity of goods and service demanded. That's crazy. So our question is saying an increase in the price level shifts the demand. Oh, the money demand curve. So that's we're looking at A.
Yeah.
Shifts that one to the right. It increases the demand, which increases the equilibrium interest rate. Okay, there it is. But it reduces the quantity of goods and services that we're going to get because we have less money for it because there's higher interest. Huh. Crazy.
Blown.
Well, that's A. Sorry.
Blown.
I just didn't really understand it.
I hate it when you don't understand stuff. You just get up to speed with us.
I know.
No, that's good. Yeah, good stuff. I'm all down for it. So we're good? You
Yeah,
comfortable with this ish?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Okay. I will see if we can hit 10 with a solid D. Is it D?
I put C.
Oh, son of a biscuit. Well, from what Taylor just learned and taught us, he should be able to answer this because it has the exact same thing of what he just read to us.
Yeah.
Which the following sequence best explains a negative slope of the aggregate demand curve. Price level increase.
I thought the price level went up. The demand for money was higher.
Yeah, when price level goes up, demand for money goes up.
So if price level goes down, equilibrium interest, or if price level goes up, equilibrium interest rate goes shoot up.
Yeah, it's C.
No, it's not. Hold on.
Dude, it's C because what it is, it's just the opposite.
So price level increases. Price level increases, the demand for money goes down.
Yeah, so the thing is, though, is that, so if you look, sorry, you're on 463.
Yeah, I'm right there.
So numbers 1, 2, and 3 all increase. So they all of them happen the same. So when one increases, the price level increases, you're going to increase the demand, and that increases the equilibrium.
Okay.
So then the opposite is true as well. So there's only one answer where the first three things are all the same.
Okay. Hey guys, it's C.
And what was number 9?
A.
Decrease the price level.
Well, it's what we decided. I mean, I have no idea at this point.
That makes sense.
Which of the following events could explain a shift the money demand curve from 1 to 2?
Yeah, I have to be price level.
Okay. 11, I went with A.
11. Yes, me too.
Yep.
Yes, yes, yes. And this is where I got real lost and real scared.
Question. What about, isn't B saying the same thing?
One's a movement along a given aggregate demand curve, and interest rate rises causing an aggregate. Okay, let's see.
Oh, so this one's causing the demand curve to shift, or are you just moving along the line?
Yeah.
So no, it shifts. So yeah, you're good. Okay.
You know.
That was nice.
Yeah, so I'm real lost on 12. I looked at this for like 5 minutes. This is the stuff we're on page 469, right?
Wait, which section is it? Like, what does it talk about?
We are like section 212, no, 212C, I believe.
Because I didn't study this part, so.
Darn it, that's all right. We seem to be doing fine figuring it out. I just wasn't sure. Is this the part, Taylor, that's telling us how to do it? These MPC times all this stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Marginal propensity?
So the marginal propensity to consume is the fraction of extra income that a household consumes rather than saves.
Okay, so find the differences then first.
Yeah.
The 3,500 is on the top one.
That seems so. They said this means for every dollar that comes in, you're going to spend. So if you're going to spend 75 cents of that, which is 3/4 of the dollar, that means you have a MPC of 3/4. So the MPC is just what are you spending? What's the percentage of what you're spending in comparison to what you earn?
So would you at that point just take 650 divided by what you earn then? And that would tell you the percent, or am I doing that number wrong? Because that'd be 65% for the top one is what you spend of what you earn, right?
Correct.
And the bottom one is, did you say it's 75%? No idea.
No, the bottom is, yeah, you just...
The bottom 65% also. Well, 65.9.
Yeah, that's
so
perfect.
66%. So would it be A then? I mean, the bottom one I divide out and I get 65.90. Did I do that wrong?
Divide it out.
Yeah.
No, you're always good at your math.
Dude, so it has to be... Oh. Yeah, so it has to be C. Because it's 60.66.
Wait, how is that?
Well, I just did 11,000 or 7,250 divided by 11,000, and I get 0.65909. So if those like go over, doesn't that give you 0.66 yada yada yada?
No.
It don't?
No, but you're right. I got the same thing you divided. If you round it, it makes it you can round to 0.66.
But where's the 4 come from? I don't see any 4 coming out of that.
That's stupid. For sure, that's like not correct.
Again, dude, I just losing this.
Dude,
man.
what's wrong with
like
this shit? Like this is like you're just dividing.
Oh wait, hold up. Negativity in my life. Did we do it wrong?
Look at this. So hold on, they're saying, hold on, scoot farther down. I didn't finish reading this.
Okay.
The first line, you just multiply the both, right? The fraction you find, but it says the second change in consumption, you square it.
I don't even know what that means, dude.
You like exponent, like a 2 over it.
So the change 3750, I'm gonna times it by 3750, right?
Yeah.
Then what do I do with that number? It gave me 14 million.
Okay. I think we need to take 0.65 and square it.
0.422.
That didn't work.
I gotta follow you again. So the first change in consumption we did.
Then you equals total change in the name. Oh, this is tripping me out. It's not good.
No buen.
So what's our question asking? We're asking for the marginal propensity to consume for this economy is.
That's it. That's that.
So this isn't asking us, I think, to multiply anything out. This just wants that percentage, which I think just 0.650 or it's either A or C. I think the math later on, that's going to be for a different question.
So we take the following numbers for consumption. 10,000 that. When income is this, the marginal percentage income for this. Answer is D. It's 80. What the heck did they do? There's a second step in there from what I can see somewhere.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know how they did it. I just looking at similar situations and they do the first one divided doesn't give the correct answer.
Because after you add all those things up or do whatever, that tells us the total change in demand. That's totally not what we're looking for.
Are you between A and C?
Yeah, I'm thinking we're between.
But because neither of those seem right, we're like,
it's got to be B or D. You know what I mean? We're missing. Yeah, it has to be B or D. But how the heck we can get a different number? Dude, this math stuff doesn't make sense to me, Taylor. What the heck is it saying? If I write it down, like the first one says change in government purchases.
Yeah.
Is that like our change in income? Do we add them together or do we leave them separate?
The income, no, I think you can combine those.
Because it says times it by the government purchase. Well, we're timesing it by our consumption, right? So our consumption together is
right. We're just looking for the marginal propensity to consume for this economy. So the MPC. So we're not even doing any of this hard math. We're all the way up on 469. We're like in the first paragraph.
So the stuff below is not to where we're at.
Yeah, that's not what we're getting into right now. That helps us figure out what the multiplier is. Like we take how much we consume and then we times it by a number, and that tells us how much we produce. They can figure that out. So they say, oh, that helps us find the multiplier of 4. That means we're producing 80 billion as our GDP. But we're not doing that.
So
there it is, just the MPC, a fraction of extra income that the household consumes rather than saves. That's it.
The answer is B. How do we get to that? Wait a second. 3750 divided by 10,000. 0.375.
I think it's B.
That's what I can see. I don't know how to get there. How do you get there?
I just looked something on the internet how to find it because I couldn't find it in the book, but just subtracted the 7,200 minus 6,500.
Oh, you just take the two differences?
And then, and then divided by the difference of the income, which is 1,000. And it was 0.75.
I think you hit it.
I like it.
So we're taking the differences of both. Is that what you just said? And dividing it. And that's going to tell us the marginal I said dang word, propensity? Propensity?
Yeah, propensity.
Propensity to consume for this economy.
I like it.
So marginal propensity is what? Like, what is that? Is that like extra?
Oh, that means when. Oh, okay. I think I get it more now. It's saying like when you get a raise, how much more of that are you going to spend?
It is extra. It's extra income is MPC. Wait, no. Marginal propensity, the fraction of extra income that household consumers rather than saves.
Yeah, the fraction of extra income that you gain.
Cool.
I like it. So they gained 1,000. Okay, so then they spent 750.
Cool. Time for a DP break. Like my wife says, the best part about being an adult, I went and got a Dr. Pepper 44 ounce this morning at 7:30 and no one told me no. Oh, felt good. Love it. Now 13, I don't know, man, but what do you eat? I'm so hungry.
You eat oatmeal, dude. It's way good.
Oh, do you put brown sugar on it and milk?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, solid.
And then I put in a half a banana and some nutmeg.
Banana, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. We have a cinnamon sugar mix I'll put on mine with the brown sugar.
Yeah.
And then milk and good stuff. I don't know why I don't eat it. Probably because I feel like it's too healthy, but it's good for your body.
That fills me up too. Most other like cereal and all that doesn't fill me up.
Yeah, I had a gas station burrito this morning already.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. All right, so 13, dude. I don't know what it is.
I did D.
D?
Yes.
Okay, as real GDP falls.
Is there a graph for that?
But I'm not sure about it.
So real GDP.
Don't question yourself. You can do it.
D it is. All right, 14?
Yep.
I thought it was A.
For 13?
Yeah. But all I did was multiply by the MPC and then add it back together. So I took 120 times the 0.8 and got 96 billion.
Here, so look on page 468.
Okay.
That graph at the bottom.
Wait, are we on the 13th or 14th? Because you were reading 14.
I was on 14. Taylor, you on 13, dude?
No, I'm on 14.
Oh, I'm on 14.
Wait, which one was for 13?
13 was
you
D.
said.
Okay.
We just moved on.
I didn't do 14. So.
Okay, we're just looking at Taylor's teaching us about 14 right now, so you're good.
Okay.
So yeah, look on 468K. So just read this like number 1.
Increase in government, increase in demand.
But the multiplier effect can amplify the shift in aggregate demand. So the multiplier effect. This is what we're talking about.
So this would go on over to page 469 then if we're using a multiplier
effect. Yeah, exactly.
Effect.
So now we got to do some math here because we got to figure out the multiplier.
Well, 0.8 isn't our multiplier. That's the number. That's not a multiplier number they gave us.
Yeah, then that's the MPC.
That's the, yeah, that's what I was using.
Multiplier equals, here it is. Here, so look on the bottom 469 where it says multiplier equals 1 plus MPC plus MPC2. Okay. The next line, the multiplier. This multiplier tells us the demand for goods and services that each dollar of government purchase generates. Is that at all what we're talking about? We're talking about a shift in the aggregate demand curve.
But that's because of the government purchase. That could be because of government purchases, because it shifts. Right.
Yeah.
So that can be the same scenario.
So in our case, X equals MPC, thus multiplier equals 1 divided by 1 minus MPC. Okay, so our MPC is 4/5. Okay, so here we go. Let's try this. So what's just 1 divided by 0.8? No, it's, you have to subtract it, so 0.2. That's 5. And that's, oh, there it is. So the answer is C.
6 billion. So show me how you did that, Yulia.
Yeah.
Or I'm listening, watching.
So look on the very bottom. So this is for example. So for example, if MPC is 3/4, so ours is 0.8.
0.8 is ours.
But then the multiplier is 1 divided by then 1 minus 0.8.
We take 1 minus 0.8, which is 0.2, and then we divide 1 by 0.2.
Yeah.
Which is 5.
Perfect.
And then we...
So it says, then the 20 billion the government spends generates, for them, it's 80 billion of demands for goods and services.
We times that by 120, and that gives us 600 billion.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So the number we found, the 5, that becomes, what's that number called then?
That's called the multiplier.
We found the multiplier by taking 1 divided by our 1 minus our MPC. So MPC, you minus 1 from that. Or 1 minus MPC divided by 1. Okay.
And then here, then this clarifies it on the first sentence of the next page. So because of the multiplier effect, a dollar of government purchases can generate more than a dollar of aggregate demand. And that's what this question is asking.
Cool.
Aggregate demand. So there we go.
Dude.
Cool.
Feeling good. All right. So the following facts apply to a small imaginary economy. Are we doing the same thing again?
Yeah, it looks like it.
In response to which of the following events could aggregate demand increase by 1,500? Well,
hey, 1 second, guys.
okay. Did you do this one, Jessica?
Nope.
I didn't either. Each one of me. In response in which the following events could aggregated demand increase. So if stock increases,
Got anything yet?
no, it's right where you left off though. I think is where it's going. I'm reading through it on the 470. I think that's think. Talks about increase of consumer, increased spending. Consumption spending.
Increase by 1,500. So should we find M? Should we find a MPC or whatever?
I found that. That was when we subtract the 2 and then divide, right?
Yeah. What's that?
I get 1.5625. Let me do it more time. So 850 minus 800 is 500. 7040 minus 6720 is 320. So 500 divided by 320 is 1562. You take the
yeah, I'm wondering which way we divide it. I think we maybe have to divide it.
What did we do before? Didn't we do it income divided by? We did spending divided by consumption or income. I got the. I mean, the other way gets us a completely different number.
Right.
You get 0.64.
That's what I kind of think it is. I think it's that way.
But dude, isn't this the same setup of the problem 12?
Oh no, it is, because you always are going to make more than what you spend.
Yeah, that's the idea. Hopefully.
Right.
So it would be the 15625.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, I don't like these, man. It's hole up. So what's a stock market doing? So that's just like
So it stimulates the spending, right? It's the whole idea, just saying what will increase. It talks about it right there on the third paragraph down.
Okay. Yeah, I see it. It increases household wealth. Stimulates their spending. Okay.
Okay. How do they come up with the multipliers 4?
What was the other decimal you got? Was it 0.64?
I got 0.64, yep, and 15625. 1.5625. But I feel like it's 3/4, the multiplier is 4. And if you take
Well, first off, I like the 550.
Okay, why is that?
Well, I just took if the number is the 0.64.
Okay.
And then did the whole subtracted it, so that's 1 divided by 0.36 equals 2.77777. And then if you times that by 550, that gives you 1,529.
Which is about where I need to be.
Right. This is intense stuff.
Yeah. So it's either B or C.
Yes. I have no clue, man. But when you talk about like B and C, where it's the economic boom overseas increases or the stock market stimulates. So
I like B.
Do you know what's the crowding out effect?
Yeah, I'm reading it, and it says they're really not very clear about it. It's saying that like initially it can really increase aggregate demand, but then like when it comes full circle, when interest rates rise and all that, then it kind of brings it back a little bit. Like aggregate demand slowly goes in, but still increases, just not as much. So I think there's a small crowding out effect. I don't know. Kind of just done with the question. Let's see.
Does it say anything like when does it happen?
No. If there's they say it can go either way. It can increase, it can decrease, and it sometimes does it, and sometimes doesn't. That's pretty much what they're saying.
Well, the reduction in aggregate demand that results when fiscal expansion raises the interest rate is called crowding out. So we're not having a reduction. We're having a positive on the aggregated demand, aren't we, right now? So there is no crowding out effect.
Okay.
So I think you feel like the number 550 you came to, C seems pretty positive for the time being.
Perfect.
Unless there's something else you want to go through, dude. I don't know. I'm not much help on this one. I just read that part. It talks about crowding out, though. I feel
like
good
it,
about
dude. That's quality.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. Suppose the multiplier has a value that exceeds 1, and there's no crowding out or investment accelerator effects. Which of the following would shift aggregate demand to the right by more than increase the expenditures?
Is it a D?
Well, I know C for sure. Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry. No, I know A for sure is increasing government expenditures increases that. An increase in net exports.
oh, right there on the bottom, dude, it says the multiplier in this impacts change in spending. A small initial change in consumption, investment, government purchase, or net exports can end up having a large effect on the aggregate demand.
There you go. Oh, so, I see it.
What do we got? Net exports is one of them.
So it's D.
Yeah, it's D.
Boom. Roasted. So that's cool. My family's going to Paris. Did I tell you guys that? My wife is. But
Oh no, she's going.
yeah, dude, she's going. So I'm working, and trying to survive. But I have her phone, so I'm sitting here reading her sister's messages today. It's pretty cool. They sent a picture of a house they're staying at. I'm like, holy cow.
Dude, so she's in Paris.
No, she's heading to Paris.
Oh.
It's next summer. Towards the fall, but she is. Don't get me started. Don't you get me started. All right, 16th D.
Talk about it later.
We don't want to talk about this right now. We have a good environment going on. It's a safe place. 17. Suppose there was a large increase in net exports. If the Fed wanted to stabilize output, it could what? Increase in the exports.
I think it's B, but I'm not sure.
So they want to stabilize the output of net exports? Decrease the money supply, which will increase interest rates. If the interest rates are high, does that cause net exports? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
So if we decrease the money supply, does that bring down interest rates?
Yeah.
It does. Mm-hmm. So then in turn, that would help stopping net exports, right?
Yeah.
So B sounds fine.
I like it.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up. If you reduce interest rates, won't that increase in net exports?
Well, which way does it go? So are we net exporting because interest rates are too high, so we're going to other countries to invest and to use our money?
Right.
We're selling our goods elsewhere, or...
Yeah, I got to back up. So yeah.
I guess it's not cool.
Sorry.
Let's look at it.
So when the Fed increases the money supply, the equilibrium interest rate falls. And that increases the output. That's on page 464. See that graph at the bottom?
Uh-huh. Okay.
So right now, we want to go the other way because we are increasing the quantity of output. So they want to decrease the output. So they need to lower the money supply, raise the rate.
So decrease money supply, which she has correctly, but you think decrease it. So you think it will be D then? The rate will naturally increase, and that's what's a bad thing, or it causes them to control it.
Yeah, well, according to this one.
So I see the graph there.
So yeah, they have to. Kind of seems like rude, like you want to decrease the output, but that would decrease the output.
The fallen interest rate raises the quantity of goods and services demanded. So if the interest rate rises, it's the opposite effect.
Right.
Okay, that's what that says, dude.
So it has to be C?
It's got to be D.
D?
Yeah. You're right on the decrease in the money supply. That's correct. But in return, it says that will increase the interest rate, which will slow down the demand of goods and services and quantities. Is what it says right there, huh?
Yeah, and Jessica, that is, if you want to look at it, that's 21-1C.
The graphs.
Not gonna lie, the graphs are like the most helpful thing in this book.
No doubt, I agree.
All right.
Which of the following is correct? Yeah, this graph wasn't helpful, though. I tell you that right now.
I'm gonna say, what is this?
It's like freaking scattered plot right here, all over the place. And where did unemployment come from? Out of nowhere.
Seriously.
This must have to do with the fiscal stuff. Let's see.
Price level, quantity of output. What the heck? What's an IRAS?
I think it's B.
Okay. I'm reading right about fiscal stuff right now.
Can you explain, Jessica?
Well, it's not A because we're not talking about unemployment and stuff.
Okay.
And it cannot be C because we know in the long run, the price will return. I mean, the equilibrium will return to the long run curve. So it cannot. The price cannot fall further because that means it's gonna go to the left. It cannot go to the long run curve.
So I guess that's my question though. How do you know? So A. So are you assuming that the point A is equilibrium?
Yeah, the long run one.
But do you know what that stands for? That vertical line?
That's the long run supply curve.
The long
It's always
money
vertical.
supply.
Because even though the supply curve might shift during the short run, always in the long run is the same because the Fed sets the supply, the money supply.
Okay, I like it. So, yeah, that makes sense. So it's not. So you're saying it's shifting from. Then the economy moves from point B to a long run equilibrium. So wait, so wouldn't that C work then? No, but price level will fall farther. No, it means it's going to increase. So what did you say it is, B?
B.
B.
I was just reading on 21-3C on 476. I feel like it talks about like automatic stabilizers, which are fiscal or monetary policies. That's stuff from the government, right? So those have effects to move either way depending on what the economy needs or is doing, it looks like.
Yeah.
So they can adjust it with, I think they talk about taxes, policies, all those different things that come into effect, government spending. Perfect. That can switch it from A to B.
Perfect. Or that one's saying from B to A, but yeah.
Or B to A. It should be able to go vice versa.
They can go either way, right?
It should be able to, yeah.
I like it.
With fiscal monetary policy, because you either need them or, it just depends on when you need it, from what I read. 19. Oh, that's cool. Severe. Now it talks about employment. Perfect.
So when we have a lot of unemployment, how do we get stable?
In Greece, it's on the
bottom. I
bottom.
like the last paragraph all the way at the bottom.
476. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So it talks about increase in spending.
Yeah, I don't think it's government purchases, but government spending.
I think it's C, about the government purchases.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, it says that stimulates the aggregate demand, which is weird because you look at what the government's done. I don't know if I agree with that, dude. Because the government spends more and more, and it seems like our unemployment rate just got worse and worse, and now it's gotten less because now we're paying for literally 100 million people in the U.S. to sit on their butt.
Right, and it's interesting. It's like, what is your spending doing? Are you creating jobs?
No,
you're just paying.
You're creating slaves, people that don't know how to go work for themselves without the government. Right. That's what you're creating. So I don't like that. I'm upset about this book. It's false. Am I reading that wrong, though? Is that not what it says, though? Is it?
No, it is saying that. I think the question, maybe what this is saying is, I guess just putting more money out there will help try to get things going. But it depends where you put it, right? Like if you just give it to people. And
maybe it does, and it probably does if your government can balance a budget and you're not just going in debt. Maybe that's the difference, that it really does help it. But I look at it as where we're at, and we're already so far in the red that it's like, dude,
right? No, it's
okay. can't base off America's economy, even though it's the economy is doing very well, but financially, I don't know how that's well when we're going red so fast.
Right.
Opponents of active stabilization policy.
I remember something about the C, but I'm not sure.
Believes some effects of monetary policy may be long-lived. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not sure.
Well, the last part for automatic stablers doesn't really give any of these answers, but I think it's A, maybe.
Generally don't believe even the theory that fiscal policy can stabilize the economy.
It says there's a sentence in that last paragraph on 477, the automatic stabilizers. It says, for this reason, many economists oppose a constitutional amendment that would require the political government always to run a balanced budget, as some politicians have proposed. Over face a strict balance. The automatic stabilizers in the U.S. economy are not sufficiently strong to prevent recessions completely.
I'm seeing C. No. What am I seeing? Yeah, I'm seeing C.
Okay, where are you seeing that?
That doesn't. Let me make sure I'm reading this right. The question is opponents of active stabilization policy believe the effect of monetary policy may be long-lived. That's what they say.
Oh, really? Where?
Oh, shoot. Jessica, where'd you read that? Because Jessica said she read it, so it's got to be in this dang book somewhere.
Well, on under the 21-3B section.
That's where it was? Okay.
Yeah, the second paragraph, it just says it needs at least 6 months. I mean, when you do something about the money supply or anything like that, I mean the Fed. So it lasts from 6 months to several years.
Okay, and that'd be long-lived.
Yeah.
Cool.
I like it. You see that, Taylor, second paragraph?
Yeah.
I mean, if you can pull long-lived out of that, you're very smart. So, Jessica, you're very smart.
Let's do it.
I feel good about it. I'm okay with that.
I like it.
Oh, man, I was sure hoping the end of the year would just like cruise into a nice, easy chapter.
Seriously. So is this it? We have one more next week?
This is it, man. I'm pretty sure. Let me look.
Yeah,
this is the last one. We've got a
one.
review for our exam. But yeah, this is it. That's good. We just have that's all we have, dudes. That's been a good semester.
It's been a good run.
Been a good run. We lost a couple, man. Hans is down still, but it's all right. I don't know what happened to him.
Oh, man.
But
All right, Jessica. Well, have a safe flight to America.
Thank you.
Help you figure out what happened in Salt Lake. Don't just are stranded.
yeah, if you need something, holler. I mean,
Yeah.
Did you find a way to Rexburg?
Wait, me?
Yeah.
Oh, not yet.
So
Not
you need
yet,
you need to look up Salt Lake Express. It's literally like
Yeah.
$30 from there to Rexburg. It's cheap.
Yeah, I heard about that. So
And then if you get in Rexburg and need something, I live 40 minutes down the road. Hit me up.
thank you.
And I'll be there
Yeah.
too. So
Taylor will
Thank
be
you,
in
guys.
Rexburg. Shoot, hit him up. He'll be there. I'm 40 minutes. I'll take a while to get there.
Yeah, feel free to hit me up.
All right, guys, been real. I'll submit
All
this
right.
in.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys.
Later.